Good, Sophia.
Nice to see you. So we are here at the No Rio Gallery at Hostos College. And then this is the show that is titled is Self-Reflection, Be Harsh, Practicing Unpleasantly. So you are one of the artists here.
Yes.
Yes, great. So I want you to talk about your work. So yeah, we can start from this piece.
From this piece?
Yes.
This is a ink drawing.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring the camera close to you so that people can see it more.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
This
Cool.
piece is an ink drawing from was part of a 7-piece series that's ongoing, but I started it around 2020, and this is the 6th one in the series. One of the things I do is I combine natural materials of my own collection with traditional art supplies. So the traditional art supplies are watercolor inks, watercolors, that's the pink and the blue, India ink, which is wonderful because it's plant-based. But the dark brown and the textures, this kind of muddy textures, are black walnut, which I make from a black walnut tree in Pelham Bay Park, and soil that's gathered from the bottom of the black walnut tree. So architecture is very important in New York City and the patterns of it, and it combines, it fuses with elements of nature, literally by bringing, black walnut pulp and dirt into the drawing process.
Great. So then this big piece, you also have some picture. Right? So this is huge piece. Yes. Okay.
If you come up close, if you're here, you can see that the texture is not all over, it's in spots. And this is acrylic-based paint, it's a water-based paint. And into the paints I mix sometimes raw pigments, the powder to make the paint sort of extra earthy, extra dense. But I also, in my studio, I have a pulverizing machine that I use to crush stone. So there's like little pebbles, again from Pelham Bay Park, which is where I live, beside the park. The stones are crushed into a fine powder, laid in when the paint is wet and worked in. And it's this combination, again, the fusion between my structures, my architectural quotations of New York City, with things actually from the natural environment in the city.
Great. So this is huge piece. So I can show it. Okay, and then you have more pieces in the gallery. So we're gonna move to the main gallery. So we're just gonna bring the camera to walk through the gallery. So we're gonna go to the main gallery. This is a big space, and then here you have two pieces here, right here. So okay, maybe you can stand there, and then you will see how big is this. Yes, that's that's great. So this is, I think, 130 inches.
This is 130 inches long,
Yeah.
30 inches high.
Yes. Okay.
My work's often done in series, so I'll take an idea and I do a series as opposed to the single image of the concept. And this is called To Be Continued. There's now 4 of them, and they're all in this long format. This is the biggest, but they're all 30 inches high, and this one goes on for 130 inches. So it's similar to the other piece in that it brings together some of the sort of grids, but also like there's references to the train tracks that run through my studio neighborhood. This again is a bridge pattern, structural bridge that runs across the South Bronx through Port Morris neighborhood. And then if you look at some of these lines are based upon rock formations in the Bronx, so it brings these things together. But the initial concept for this was, I was in the Metropolitan Museum of Art 3 years ago, and I'm very nostalgic about Chinese ink drawing. I love Chinese ink drawing because my grandmother bought me books as a kid to study how to make the ink drawings when I was a child. So there are scrolls in the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and in the scrolls it's bringing together the natural environment, but there's always a little hut. Maybe the monk goes to the hut. So it's against the architecture coming with nature, but architecture is always small and puny, and nature is vast. So this came to me in an idea. I was like, how would I make a scroll in 2023? Yeah. You know, I didn't want to do it in ink because I wanted to be very dynamic from long away. So my drawings tend to be very quiet, but when I work on this scale, it's got to catch your eye from 40 feet away. Yeah, that's the origins of this piece.
One. Yes, wow, it's beautiful. And you have another big piece.
Yep.
Okay, so
this is the last piece in the show. Sophia chose 3 paintings and drawing.
Yes.
And this one's called Grounds. This is actually a series of 3 works, and they're all identical size. And the thing that ties them all together is, and you can see this form here. So it's basically kind of portrait orientation. It's being faced with the backgrounds. It references a lot of different things, but just to keep it short, it references the Tower of Babel, which is a painting by Peter Bruegel the Elder. I'm going to say 1534, but I'll probably get caught not quite right, but around 1534. And it's a depiction of a building that's being built and falling into the ground at the same time. This idea that a structure is being created and going back to the earth at the same time, very much like New York City, very much like the city. It's being built up, crumbling, so there's a lot of earth pigment in here, there's a lot of crushed stone. There's some raw pigments that are cyanas, come straight from the earth. So these guys were all done 2021, 2022.
Oh, wow. See. But you're from Canada, not from here. But when did you move to Bronx?
I immigrated to the United States in 94.
94, yeah. So that's great. So you know this area well, much better than me.
Much better, I've had the studio here for about 10 years.
Wow, that's
and, you know, I've been part of the art community down here, going to different spaces.
Yeah, very nice. Bronx art community. Now I know it's very great. So thank you. And then at the end, can you tell me your Instagram?
Yes, my Instagram is Mike Art, A-R-T, Childs, my last name, Mike Art Childs. And I'm on there pretty regularly, so there's lots of updates. And the Mike Childs Studio is my website.
Okay.
And that's fully updated.
And then your name is real name, Mike Childs.
Yes.
Yes. Not artist name.
Right.
Yeah. It's a very pretty name. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia, for including me in the show.
Yay, thank you.
Goodbye.